What's good, y'all, man? It is your boy Sniper Kicks, and we're in a different scenery today. We're sitting down because we are going to talk about an important topic: tax write-offs. Man, it is a highly suggested and anticipated video. So many of my subscribers have been asking me, man, Sniper Kicks, we need to know what exactly we can write off when we do our taxes, because as you know, if you see my video in 2022 or the end of 2021, law is being passed where once you make $600, you're gonna have to file your taxes. $600, so that's not that much money. You can sell one pair of shoes for 600, gold or StockX, and then you're gonna get smacked with that 1099. So we'll go deep in detail exactly what you need to do, how to file. And it's going to be a very, educational video, because at the end of the day, like I said, I want to help my subscribers and, get you guys on the right path. But guys, remember, on the road to 15K, so if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, smash that notification bell, and of course, smash that like button, because it really helps the videos. So, in a video I made about a month ago, I talked about how there's a new bill being passed, or a new law that is being passed, that once you make $600 in the gig economy, you're going to get smacked with a 1099. So if you don't know what a 1099 is, a 1099 is basically a form that's given out to from an entity or a person to someone, not their employer, that they paid you basically. So StockX, PayPal, Go. Those type of businesses, or they smack you with a 1099. eBay, it's a form that basically tells you like, hey, we gave you money, and for the IRS purposes and for your purposes as well. So that is what a 1099 is, basically a form. So people don't know that, hey, once you get that 1099 form, or if you're filing your taxes, just because you made money doesn't mean all that money has to be taxed on. So basically what a tax deduction or a tax write-up does, it lowers your tax income, so you'll get taxed less money. So this video is going to save people a whole bunch of money, because at the end of the day, it's like, hey, you made money doesn't mean all of it is needs to be taxed. So a lot of resellers, I would say around 80%, don't understand the importance and what tax deduction or tax write-offs can do. So a tax deduction / write-off is basically subtracting the things that you spend, expenses, things of that sort, from your income, so less is taxed. So for instance, if I made $100,000 worth of shoes, or I guess for instance, I made $100,000 on whatever you want to say, eBay, but I bought the shoes for $80,000. Does it make sense that I'm taxed on $100,000? No, it doesn't. So, what write-offs do is like, hey, I paid $80,000 for the shoes, so you subtract that from the $100,000. So now you're getting taxed on $20,000. So there's a big advantage there, that you're saving so much money. So, tax, deductions and write-offs are so key when you're running a business and, just saving money, because by law, you're able to do it. Like, for instance, for me, my write-offs are so much stuff. Of course, my shoes, the shoes that I buy, cost of goods sold. Of course, my printer, my phone, my miles, guys, miles. So many people don't understand, the importance of tracking your miles. So I use Quickbooks Self-Employed, which is a phenomenal service that, has been helping me with my miles. I've saved so much money with my miles, man. So you guys need to do that too. I recommend Quickbooks Self-Employed, but there's so many other places and websites that will track your miles on your phone when you drive to places. That's another big tax write-off. This room right here, this is where I do my business, is a tax write-off. Internet, I think I said phone, meals, guys, when you're reselling and you gotta do certain meals. Man, there's just so many things that you can write off, but you have to take into account, guys, of those things, because at the end of the day, it's like, you can't just say, oh man, I did all this write-off, but you don't have proof. It does not matter. But we're going to talk about that as well later on in the video, about what you need to do, how you need to track, so you can do those write-offs on your 1040. We're going to talk about a 1040 form, because I know a lot of people are like, what the heck is a 1040? You said 1099, 1040. Remember, 1099 is the form that, a entity like eBay will give to you, PayPal gives to you to show you that they gave you money, but that's not necessarily what you give to the IRS. The IRS, you're going to fill out a 1040 tax form, but we're going to talk about that, a little bit later in the video. So how do you file a 1040? So this is how you file. So I'm going to give you what you can do, but I'm going to give you my recommendations. So of course, 1040, you can go on the IRS website. They'll give you the 1040 form. You can fill it out by hand or you can fill it out online and, send it there. But what I recommend, which is, what everybody is mostly doing, is having a tax software. That's the TurboTax and the H&R Block, where you can, do that. They can help you do that and send it. They can send it for you, basically. So basically what you do, you look up, there's different prices, but you being a, a 1099 person or a, self-employed person, you would have to probably pay to use their software, but it's worth every penny of it because it's so easy, putting all the information there, and they'll send it out to the IRS. So, there's so many softwares, TurboTax, H&R Blocks. I'll list a couple more, right here on a screenshot. But basically what you do there is, man, you put all your information, you're basically, here are my expenses, here are my this, here's that, track everything. You put all there, they send it to the IRS. But guys, remember, you have to track everything. So my recommendation, I'm just giving you my recommendation. My recommendation is that you use a software to track all your expenses and all your write-offs in every transaction. I use QuickBooks Self-Employed. It's not a promoted video, but I use QuickBooks Self-Employed. They've been amazing, man. Like always, anything that I buy shoe related is always straight to QuickBooks. Like for instance, like if I'm going to buy meals, if I'm buying shoes, it's tough when you're selling so many shoes to track it, get the receipt, this and that. That's just way too much information and too much, volume for it to be accurate. That's how they did it back in the day. But now you can literally get a card, a debit card. You don't even need a business card, a debit card, and link it to your QuickBooks. And every time you swipe, every time you transfer money, Zelle, it is tracked. So when you go in there, just swipe, hey, this is business. This is a business expense, and it will track your expenses for you. Of course, you have to go in there and tell what is what, but it tracks it for you, so it makes it that much easier. And the positive from QuickBooks Self-Employed is that they can file right there. Once you do all your expenses on there, whatever meals, whatever miles, whatever, you tell them, hey, this is all my stuff. They have a CPA that can look at it for you as well. And then, they give it out to the IRS. I can give you, a kind of, exactly, what that looks like. But it's, pretty easy, man. So, you have to be prepared for these, write-offs, because, a lot of people will have to start filing taxes that haven't, been filing, because a lot of resellers do not file taxes. And don't get me wrong, if you want to do cash transactions and that's all you want to do, cool. But if you want to scale yourself and have a big business, a reselling business, you're going to have to, at the end of the day, file taxes. But remember, you have your write-offs, so many things, man, anything to do with your business. Anything to do with your business, flights, if you're taking a flight, if you're buying hotels, anything to do with your business is considered a write-off, but you need to track it, because if you don't and you get audited, God forbid you get audited, you're going to get in trouble. Remember my buddy that I talked about in my last video that was selling on StockX the whole entire time, making so much money, not doing his taxes, and he got audited and all the money they wanted from him. Remember that? I talked about it in my other video. So you have to take this stuff serious, man. But, this is just a quick overview of what exactly write-offs are, how to exactly file, and guys, the age. So, guys, if you receive a 1099, because I know some places don't allow 1099s unless you're, 18 or older. So, for instance, like if you're 17, there's a possibility that you still can file yourself. But, usually if you're buying something on eBay and it's under your mom's, social or whatever, she would have to file for you. And that's the same process that I said. Go on a, software, H&R Block, TurboTax, and you get that done, right there, because, at the end of the day, you want to get all your paperwork correctly. Get it all correct. So guys, man, that is the video for today, man. I just wanted to talk about exactly, what exactly are write-offs and how you can write off things. But you have to take inventory. You have to track all this stuff, because if you don't know. You're going in a guessing game. So you have to be organized. So guys, if you have any questions, follow me on Instagram, DM me. just ask like, hey man, I have this question about a write-off. Is this a write-off? Just let me know. Remember to follow me on Instagram, guys. And man, I appreciate you guys. I'm here to help. I'm here to help you guys. So guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 15K before June. And that is the video. Till next time. All right, y'all. Peace.